It's a SawCast where real niggas speak that real shit on real topics every day, and I'm your host, Ariel, and we got a special guest today, Mike. How you doing, Mike?
All is well. Everything's beautiful.
Mike is the owner of Scott Estates in Texas, where he is a real estate broker's company where he can sell you a house, he can help you, buyers, anything. He has a team of, how many people did you say, 20?
23 of us.
23.
Yes.
Are they all black?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
23 black real estate agents under you.
Yeah, it's just I'm not even sure if it's by design or intention. It just kind of, I guess, my energy just manifested itself in that way. So.
Really? Yeah. How do you get 23 like black people to just follow you like that?
You know what's so wild is that I literally did not recruit anyone on our team. Say our team. Mm-hmm. Didn't recruit anyone on our team. It's all been organic energy, word of mouth, and just kind of fell into the situation. But I just didn't recruit anybody.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, as you all know, with real estate, that comes with convincing somebody, negotiations, and trust. And the topic today is I feel like those skills kind of go into that. So I just want to know, before we get into it, how you doing, Mike? Like, how are you really?
Yeah. Really, really deep down. I'm in a great place mentally and emotionally and physically, spiritually. I feel good about where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've been in this space for at least the last 8-9 months. Everything's a roller coaster.
Oh, this is new.
It's a roller coaster.
Okay.
It might be 2 or 3 months. You don't feel like yourself. But in this moment right now, I feel good about life, and everything's on the up and up for the most part.
Okay. Oh, well, in our community, monogamy is like primary. So how did you get into the polygamous lifestyle?
Yeah, so I'll be straight to it.
Yeah, we in it.
So I started looking around. I just started paying attention to myself first and foremost and looking around me. And I didn't see healthy examples of monogamy. I didn't feel healthy in a monogamous relationship. And so I got tired of cheating, whether that cheating was texting other women or, communicating with them on any level, or whether it's intimate, sex, things of that nature. And I didn't see myself continuing on hiding my phone, hiding this, doing all that type of stuff. I just wanted to be myself and unapologetically. So,
how did you introduce this to the women that you're? Oh, I'm assuming it was women that
yes. The great assumption
that you're in the relationship with. How did you introduce this to them?
Yeah, so I was dating a woman, and we had been in a monogamous space for a period of time, and I pretty much said, "Hey, I can't do this." She caught me speaking to another woman and said, "Who is XYZ?" I'm like, somebody I want to talk to. I feel good talking to this person as well as I like talking to you as well. And so I can't do this one-on-one thing. Are you open to exploring that space? Hard no. So I went and did my own thing for a couple of years. And then from that point, as I met women, it's one of the first things that I'm sharing and I'm putting out there. And
okay, so you were honest from the beginning.
Out the gate.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe the first, it depends on situation.
Right.
Maybe the first date I won't. Right, I got to feel out the energy, kind of see where their head is. But that second one, I got to tell you what's up, because we can just be friends. And it took a while for me to get there, though, because I was like, all right, Mike, show your value and your energy and then share. But I was like, you know what, that takes too much time. That's days and weeks. So I said, okay, if someone's with it, they with it. Mm-hmm. No convincing necessary. I'm not convincing nobody. Right, if you with it, you with it. If you not, you not. It's cool. We can still rock out, do business together, vibe. I've learned the value of platonic friendships as well through this process.
You learn, okay, so expound on that. What do you mean?
Yeah, so what I think I realized in recent years of my life is that every pretty girl that's around you isn't someone that needs to be a romantic relationship. And it took me a while to understand that. I'm 39 now, but probably about mid-30s, I started having this shift and seeing that, Mike, you can befriend a pretty woman, but when you're younger, you see a pretty girl, you want to get with her, vibe out with her, but sometimes it's best to just have an organic, platonic, cool relationship. Mm-hmm. And so that's been something I've picked up recently, and it's become very, very valuable. Okay, so
so you did kind of talk about when you first brought it, so that's when you first brought it to her. Did she eventually come on board with it? How did that how did you get your poly relationship?
Yeah, so sort of, kind of, again, it's all a work in process or whatever, work in progress. It's taking some that too, process and
So
progress.
funny. Yeah.
Do I have it all figured out now? Nope.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it all figured out. I'm a first generation poly king, as I say. A first generation. I don't have any examples around me. I've been trying to immerse myself in that space and learn and study, whether it's learning from YouTube, reading books, whatever it may be, talking to women, talking to men who have similar interests, things of that nature. So I can't say that it's fully figured out right now.
Right.
But exploring it.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
So what was one of the most challenging conversations you've had in this space, in this poly space, or getting to your space?
Man, just being honest.
Yeah.
Just being honest about what I want. That's been a journey. That's probably been, this is 2025. That's probably been a 4 to 5 year journey in itself to not lie and just be a band.
Wow.
And it's not easy, right? I consider myself an honest man, but it's difficult at times because you just much rather spare feelings sometimes.
Yeah, you dealing with women.
Yeah, exactly,
Feelings,
right? It's a lot of feelings, right? And a lot of times a woman's feelings are more important than the facts, right? And so, there's a lot of discretion that goes into that. That's something I've learned recently too, is that there's a ton of discretion that I have to use because I did this on Monday and it worked. It may not work next Monday.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the woman might be like, well, Mike, you did this last Monday. But I said, listen, you were in a different space last Monday. I can't say the same things to you this Monday. And so, it might be that time of the month. It might be life just in general. It might be atmosphere. It might be me. Right? So, yeah.
Okay, so you got to be like a very confident, self-assured man, I feel like, to be in this space. What do you feel like you bring to the table in order to have multiple women with you?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure. I don't know. We can get into like the situation of who else is in it, but for you, what do you think?
Yes, I'll start off, and this is in no particular order, but as it comes to my mind, absolute confidence, strong masculinity, standing in that masculinity and speaking that from the depths of my spirit, fitness, major. I work out 6 days a week. Right, because you can understand what that might entail if you're
for sure
navigating with two women.
Stamina.
Yeah, all that, exactly. Yeah. Endurance, stamina, strength.
I'm saying.
Yeah, you got to be sharp mentally too. So I'm eating the right foods in order to be able to differentiate this woman's desires versus this one, whether it's sexual, emotional, whatever it is. You got to be sharp, and that's one thing I love about the poly dynamic, which is there's polygamy, right? The umbrella, and then you have polygyny, where there's a man with multiple wives. I'm not married to anyone right now, but I'm seeking that space to actually be married, get settled, and rock out like that.
Okay.
Start my tribe on that level. But yeah, I really enjoy the amount of focus that it makes me have because I can't be frivolous. I can't call this woman the wrong name, or I can't forget what movie she wants to see versus, what I mean? So it keeps me sharp, it keeps me busy. Yeah, it keeps me on it. And I love shit. It's a constant puzzle.
All the time.
That pulls itself apart every day. It's like I put this piece right there, and then tomorrow.
But you enjoy putting it back together.
I love it. I love it. I'm a figure it out type of guy. FIO, figure it out. I love to work. I'm a working man. I want to pursue. I want to hunt. I want to.
You clearly know how to build community.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Clearly.
Yeah. So
because you have 23 people under you.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're all black people.
Correct. All beautiful black people for sure. Now we're not, keeping anyone away from our brokers. Again, it's just been an organic growth in that space.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, what's the motivation behind it? Was it, connection, building community? Was it, you just want to explore some love? Yeah. I mean, I guess you kind of touched on that earlier, as far as you were saying you want to cheat, but like, what is there other motivation towards it to have multiple wives?
Yeah. Listen, I'm not sure how people are raising kids in single parent households and 2-parent households. It baffles me how people are able to keep up with that. I want to be able to have my children at home with 2 women that I trust and who trust each other, right? And I'm not saying everybody got to be in the same house, but it can be, we're in the same cul-de-sac. Maybe it's a duplex. Maybe, it's a couple houses apart. We're in the same community, but I think we need help. And I feel, it's kind of crazy I say this, but I feel bad for women who put themselves in positions where they're the only one to support their man. I don't know why women want to do that. I don't. Because why not have a sister wife, right, who loves you and cares for you too, support your man? That gives you some days off, right? Because right now, a man expects a woman to cook, clean, have sex with him, raise the babies, XYZ, go hang out, be pretty, you got to do your makeup and do your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen, people need time off. So I'm going to use random names here, but I ain't going to use names at all. But one woman has the ability to go explore herself, travel by herself, go with her girls, and me and the other woman, we watch the kids this week.
You still sustain.
Yeah, next week. Hey, you know what? All right, come back. Now, it's your weekend to go do your thing, right? The third week, hey, it's my turn. The fourth week of the month, hey, you know what? We're going to send the kids with their grandparents. We all going somewhere type vibe. You know what I mean? So I just think it creates a lot of space for people to love themselves. Yeah.
Man, okay, so is that how you kind of sold it to the women? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get some freedom in this. You're going to get something out of it.
Yeah, you know what? I don't use the words convincing.
Okay.
Nor do I need to sell.
Because they want to do facts.
I'm not selling nothing to nobody, not on that level. If you're not in rhythm with that space, again, let's be platonic friends, be cool. Maybe we just kick it. Maybe we do whatever. But but to your point, I do have to explain that, on a regular basis, reassurance.
That helps, yeah.
Right? You can't just say something once to our lovely women and then they just ride off in the sunset with it. No, you have to reassure the woman constantly of what we're doing, why we're doing it, because guess what's going to happen? Jealousy is going to happen. It's going to happen. That's part of it. Jealousy, envy, all those type of different energies. And so in those moments, it's a time to reassure, the women of their position and how much you value them and their unique traits and gifts.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So piggybacking off of that jealousy and insecurity thing, how do you prioritize the women? Like at the end of the day, like how do you address them? Like who's dressed first? Like who do you acknowledge first, or is there a hierarchy? Because how does that work?
Yeah, great question. So
thank you.
Again, I don't have it all figured out, right? It's a journey, just like a monogamous relationship.
Well, talk about what you want, Mike.
Yeah, well, I'm saying this, right? In a monogamous relationship, it's a constant learning experience.
For sure.
Because we change.
Yeah.
Right? You change. We're different every 5 years, in my opinion. Every 5 years, you go into this big change as a person. It just kind of gradually happens. And you're like, man, I wasn't who I was back in 2020, right? And so, to answer your question, it is an ever-evolving type of situation. Sometimes one woman will need to be prioritized. Why? Maybe she's pregnant. Maybe she lost a parent, right? And I need my other woman as well to understand that and us be able to prioritize, this woman. And maybe this isn't the season or the moment that the other woman is prioritized. And if you notice, I'm staying away from saying first and second. Because that's where hierarchy starts to happen. That's where jealousy. Yes. Even if a woman comes in after the fact, right? Let's say, I'm dating a woman or whatever, I'm with her. Another woman comes into the relationship. That woman who comes into the relationship does not want to feel like an addition, right? She wants to feel like one of the pillars.
For sure.
Right? Now, there are going to be some differences, right? Because maybe the woman I've been with for 5 years, we have a trust. We've built some different things up. She has my credit card or whatever she can do what she can do. Right. And then the woman who comes in, no, she's not going to get a credit card out the gate. But there are elements and spaces where you make sure that woman feels just as valuable in the space. So, and furthermore, when it comes to prioritizing, in public, it's really important to be neutral. If you're not doing something for both of them, don't do it for one. Whether it's holding hands, whether it's slapping their ass, whether it's giving a kiss. If you're going to do one, do both. Facts, or just leave it alone.
Well, let's say this then. In a scenario where you're getting the real estate award and two of your women are in attendance, do you acknowledge both women? Because you said if you acknowledge one, you don't acknowledge both, or do you not acknowledge either? How do you work that?
Yeah, I've been in situations like that actually. I think it really depends on the longevity of the relationship, the trust, and where the relationship is at that time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So again, if I've been with somebody 5 years and they've helped me build up this XYZ business, and then the new woman we just met a week ago is in attendance, I can say, hey, I can't shout both of them out in that environment. It depends on situation and circumstances.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
If either of them decided like they wanted to bring a man in the mix.
It's over.
Why? Why is that the case?
I'm a king, man, and kingdoms don't.
You don't need another man.
Nah. If another man is okay with coming into that realm,
You got questions.
yeah, I got questions, right? So for me as a man, this is my territory. All right, this is my realm. This is my kingdom. This is my castle. This is my tribe. And a woman breaking into the scene with another man, I don't see how that adds any value to what we trying to do.
That's the one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the value is. And if that's what and I'm not saying people don't change and don't want to have experiences, right?
People would be you though in this situation.
Yeah, fair enough, right? But if this might be going a different direction of the conversation, but like, let's just say I'm with my two women and one says she has the desire to be with whoever. Mm-hmm. I'm open to having conversations, right? I don't want anyone to not be able to express how they feel, why they feel that way. And it may be something I may say, hey, man, me and this woman, maybe we agree and say, hey, you know what? Go ahead, go on a date, whatever. I don't know. But
right now,
there wouldn't be a space that this man would be in our, you don't
want to see him.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
You don't want nothing to do with it.
Nah. And so
that's what I'm talking about.
I want my women to be able to be very, very open with me because I want to be open with them. We have different desires, man. You know, we live in life. Life is changing. There's a lot of beautiful people out here, and I can't sit here and say that my women won't find another man attractive. Mm-hmm. We ain't about to be doing this all together. And 9 times out of 10, you ain't about to step outside a relationship. If you want to do that, let me know, and then we figure it out from there.
Right.
Maybe you can go explore that. Maybe we give you 2 days. Go explore it. Figure it out. You know, that's what I'm on.
Come on back.
Yeah, come on back if you desire.
To the community. If
you desire. Let's just be real about it.
Yeah.
You know, because we talk about men having desires and want to have multiple women. The reality of it is women want to explore different men at different times. That's it, right? Women want to explore different men at times.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
Yeah. And you're not wrong for that. You know, it's okay.
But this not a Mike Scott regimen.
No, it's not going. No, you're not about to be with no other man and be in mine. And I'm paying bills and it's
okay.
over.
Let's go into that.
Sure.
So how you divvying that? So, well, I guess you said you want them to be in the same cul-de-sac. Everything. Are you paying the bills for everybody? Are you the like all the things that a man are supposed to do traditionally? Because I don't know. I know you have Indy. I don't know if you're from Indianapolis. I didn't ask you that.
Yeah, I'm from Indy.
Okay, me too. So, we have like very, very traditional values. Mm-hmm. So are you doing all the traditional man things? Like you're making sure that everybody's fed and everything's paid for and you're making the last decisions on things?
Yeah, great question.
Who are you in the mix?
Yeah, be a band with you. That's something I would like to do.
Okay.
Right? I'm not there in that space and I don't think my tribe is in that space.
Okay.
Right? But I would love to be in that space.
Well, you got successful women though.
Yeah, facts.
I will say that. So
yeah, for sure.
I guess you wouldn't have to for like that.
But I still like
they are like they do very well.
Yeah, and so look, let me be transparent, right? Again, what I said is right. My RAM right now is fairly open. I want to be honest about that, right? Okay. I'm working through some things. Let me say that, right? But it's not right now. My tribe ain't really driving. Be a band with you. You know what I mean? So
it's new though.
It's new, right? And it's a lot of
get better. Sound like you getting there.
Oh, you hear me?
All we doing right now is putting it into the universe what Mike wants, and then Mike gonna get that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the reasons I came on here because I wanted people to hear this voice and if it's a woman out there saying, "Hey, man, I love what this man has going on. I love his direction." Hey, maybe we drop some IGs or whatever it may be.
Oh, we definitely gonna drop your IG on here for sure.
Type vibe. But yeah, so I would love to create that environment.
Okay.
It's some things that I did financially that are helping me be in that position from selling properties. I own different properties, and so I was like, you know what, Mike? If you're gonna get serious about this, you need to liquidate. You need to have some cash on hand, bro. Right? And so that's what I did. I sold like 2 or 3 of my properties, liquidated. So then as I approach 40 and I'm really getting even more serious about this tribe, that I could say, all right, well, it's a beautiful woman. She wants to join. I'm saying, hey, this is the value I bring if you decide to rock out. So I believe in a man paying, I don't know about 100% of the bills. And the only reason I'm saying that is because of, I think when people are a part of something, I think they should contribute to it in all realms, right?
Facts.
So maybe it's 80-20.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we in a Western society as well, which is
Yeah.
this is like the most expensive society in the world.
Yeah.
So like just in the way that I feel like the women that you deal with would want to live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
you gonna get there. I mean,
right, for
you're
sure.
real estate.
So maybe it's me paying mortgages, right? I pay the mortgages, car notes, and
maybe you can say to help you that I want y'all all in one house. I mean, everybody gonna have to be. You can have your own wing,
Yeah.
but we all gotta be. You know what I'm saying? Whatever works for the collective.
Yeah, exactly, for the collective, you know. So totally down for paying. Again, it's not even a financial, like, I don't pay all the bills.
Right.
It's like more of a mentality,
For sure,
an approach to it.
For
You know what I
sure.
mean? And I think it will make the women feel like they're contributing and they're not being controlled all the way by the man. You know, so I think women.
But you don't think the woman who comes in this mix with a Mike Scott would want to be? They probably want a stronger alpha male.
Absolutely.
That's why they coming up in here.
Oh, for sure. That's
They want structure.
If you rocking with me, yeah, you're gonna have an alpha male. You gonna have. I'm a dog. You know what I mean? When I say dog, I mean in the sense of just my energy. You know.
You're a basketball player.
Yeah, exactly. I come from professional sports. Yeah, I play European ball for 6 years. So I had that grit and that grind to me, and I'm a go-getter. I'm a dog. And so a woman who rock out with me, you know, she's coming for the masculinity. She's coming for the protection. She's coming for the conversation, the learning, and the protector. Because I don't play about mine. Any woman I ever, you know, have rocked out with, you know, they walk in the dark alley with me with terrorists around them. They gonna be all right.
Okay, so you do see this as something that you want to do long term.
Absolutely.
For the rest of your life.
Absolutely. Though I don't see the examples here in America because they don't want to see that, right? You look in the Middle East or in Africa, you see these men who are 80, 90 with however many wives. Bring me to the point that I'm in a space I only want 2 wives. You know what I mean? I don't want more than 2. I want 2 wives. I'm 39. You know, I might change in 40, you know, at 45 or 50.
Right.
But right
10
now,
mil, you might want.
Come on.
You might
Game
want a
might
couple
be
more.
I might be on some Neo type vibes. You know what I mean? But yes, I do want this to be long term. This is not a trend. It's not a phase for me. I've been learning over the last 5-6 years how to put this together, how to structure it. But it does start with having 2 women who really want to be a part of it. That is very, very important.
Why is that important? Was there things that you've encountered that has showed that?
Yeah,
Like-
for sure. There's
Like, let's talk about
for
that.
sure,
Right?
for sure. There's a resistance that occurs when someone is doing it to appease the man, right? Maybe in other cultures that's cool. Like, hey, this is all about if my man brings home another woman, he's a decision maker in some other culture. Whoever he decides, that's what it is. I don't think that's going to really work in my realm or in the Western hemisphere for real.
Yeah.
And so my vision and plan is to have 2 women who want it as bad as I do. Because if you don't want it as bad as I do, the smallest things are going to have you out the door and running, right? It's like, nah, when you want something bad enough, you make it work. If you half want something, you ain't tripping about it. This is too much of a sensitive, vulnerable, and loving environment to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You got to be down for the vision, saying, hey, let's make this work. So that's the energy that I'm looking for and want.
And how do you find these type of women? Like, where do you do you
Coming
know
on
them already?
SawCast.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how you find it.
How you find
Find
them?
me.
Like, how did you find your women?
You know what? What I think something I'm learning. One thing I love to do is learn. So I'm always learning. I never got to figure that all the way. But I think what I've been focused on lately is putting it on the forefront of my presentation.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like even just social media wise, right? Just putting the energy out there because I think what may have to happen is the woman finds me.
Oh yeah, that's the best way.
I think so. I think that might be the best way because
Auto consent.
Right. You already know where I'm
Fire.
at, right? And it's a lot of women out here, and the ones that are in position and love their energy is not a ton necessarily that I see. They're just not walking around with, hey,
Saying it.
I want to be down with what you got going on.
Because you know that ain't something we do.
Yeah,
in our
exactly,
community.
right? So I'm like, all right, let me come on SawCast, you know, rock out with you, support you.
Appreciate that.
And then put my energy out there and then say, you know what, maybe that energy will find me. You know, so don't be scared to reach out.
Yeah, reach out to Mike Scott.
Yeah.
Even if you need, a household or something.
Hey, that works too.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, are you getting married?
Yeah, I would love to get married.
Okay, so you gonna marry all of them, or
Yeah, so the vision is yeah, for sure. So from what I understand, marrying 2 women in America is illegal, right? Mind you, they got all type of other legal marriages, which is crazy, but whatever. So it's gonna be more of a contractual situation, right? Where it's on paper that if XYZ happens, then this is what happens, or who has rights to this, houses, money, career, all that type of stuff. So that's the vision. I mean, that's what marriage is. It's a contract.
right?
You don't have to go through the government to be married.
Right. Okay, let's do a quick round real quick. We got a couple questions. We want to just fire it off. And Mike.
Okay.
Because Mike, you flying through these questions.
I know, right?
You are so prepared.
Man, I'm
the bomb.
walking in my thing.
I'm having so much fun right now.
Appreciate you.
Okay, number one. You already kind of just talked about this. I love how you talk about things because you can tell that you're a very well-spoken type of individual.
Appreciate you.
But
Thank you.
who's going in the wheel? They both is, or how you gonna?
Yeah, that would be the vision for sure. Again, when 9 times out of 10, right, you're gonna meet one woman first, and then another woman comes in after the fact. But again, I want my women to be equally sought after and loved, right? And so when it does come to a will, I think it could be a longevity thing. Hey, if we've been together for 5 years, then this is what happens. 10 years, this is what happens. But yeah, everybody going in the will for sure. I need things to be split equally, because like. Maybe, again, maybe I'm with one woman 5 years, another woman comes and joins. It gets to a point, 5 years and 0 years is a big difference when you meet somebody.
For sure.
25 years and 20 years,
right.
It's a wash, right?
Yep.
So by that time, maybe it's 15 and 10, things are pretty much leveled out, right? You're not really tripping on that 5 years.
Makes so much sense.
You feel me? Yeah.
Would you let your kids do this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Your son and your daughter.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let your son be. You gonna let your daughter be a number 2?
See,
well,
I guess it
depends,
right?
right?
Look at it like that though.
Cause you're the one who's doing it.
Well,
her man might not do like you do though.
She's gonna have the education to know that hey, no, you aren't number 2, right? So that's one right there. You're not a second tier woman, right? You are a first tier woman joining another first tier woman, and so no, my daughter, as long as she brings this man understands and he's able to articulate a portion of how I'm even displaying it, and he knows what he's doing, or he has a vision and he respects my daughter, yeah, he'll put his hands on it, man. No, brother, if you can afford 2 women, 3 women, that's okay, bro. I don't feel like he's devaluing my daughter, if that's the case. And then son-wise, for sure.
Have you ever, have you ever had to talk to any of your parents about?
You said my own parents?
No, of your women.
Yeah. I've had those conversations.
Was that interesting? How was that? You can go high level on it. You don't have to go too deep, but
no, it's all good. They've been good experiences. People around me already know what I'm on.
Right.
I drop little things on social media here or there. I stay pretty proud about my relationships online, but it's been good overall. You know what I mean? The parents a lot of times are saying, I don't know what y'all got going on, but as long as you don't put your hands on my daughter and you don't disrespect her and you love her like she need to be loved, she seems like she's happy, it's all good.
Amazing.
And that's been my experiences. But it does start with the daughter as well, though.
Yeah,
it does start with the woman. She has to. She got to come into this with confidence. Like, hey, Dad, this is my man, and just so you know, we are they got to come with that energy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because then that lets the parent know, okay, she's not hesitant. She's like,
she's sure.
This is what she wants.
Yes, ain't nobody convincing her.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing.
This.
That's the piece of the puzzle is, them emitting the energy that they, 1, don't feel like they're being convinced, and 2, that they actually aren't being convinced.
But I think that's why you pick the women you pick. You got strong women.
Yeah, you got some strong.
So I feel like the women that you pick, their families know that if they doing this, they making that sound decision.
Yeah, and so the thing is though, right?
That's very smart.
For sure. Now, everybody is different, right? Mm-hmm, so it isn't across the board. These are the conversations I'm having, right? Everybody, I haven't had conversation with every parent, right? And so it's going to be different energies and everything.
Everybody ain't ready to share with their parents what they doing.
Period. So it's just things to navigate. It's a fascinating thing, but that's what keeps me on my toes because it keeps my mind busy. I'm a sapiosexual, right? Also, I love figuring things out. I love challenges. That's how I show people I love them is I challenge them because that's how I look at. That's how I like to be loved. When people challenge me, I feel like they love me. You know what I mean? So that's just how I naturally kind of emit. Probably kind of like that reverse love language thing, where we treat people how we like to be treated.
For sure. So what's the most exciting part about being in this type of relationship?
Yeah, so.
No, it's a couple.
Yeah, for sure. So one of the dopest parts is, it's just that something that comes to mind is that date night.
Yeah.
That date night.
You do all three?
Yeah. We all come together. Because I'm gonna tell you what happens, right? Date night.
That's steaming.
Yeah, it's fire. It's dope. What happens at date night is this, right? Date night, everybody's dressed up nice. We all coordinated, right? We all make sure everybody coordinated clothing wise. And what happens at dinner is the women talk, right? If you ever when you ever go to dinner again, you ever seen like a woman and a man talking and the man looks bored out of his mind? Have you ever seen that? I see it all the time, right?
Yeah.
And the lady, she's just, saying what she's saying. I'm not saying this is all you ladies, but I see it quite often.
I do.
And what happens is when that tribe is together, the ladies get to talk to each other, and I can just be on guard, right? You
can be up in your masculine.
I can be in my masculine, silent, protector. It's like a German Shepherd guard dog. You're just chilling right there, but something pop off. And so I enjoy not having to be on guard and be talking and engaging out. Let them engage. Let them talk. I'm on guard. I can pay attention to all the little things, filling up our cups or, getting dessert or what our plans are after. All those little details that a man needs to be thinking about versus talking about some other shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But yeah, those have been the best times. Date night, then you go to the club, everybody vibing. And then people looking like, what they got going on? But the women are happy. We vibing out. Yeah.
That's lit. Okay.
Yeah,
do you have a preference of a woman? Like look-wise mindset? What you like? Right. So we can find you. Well, you got to, but hey, we might get some more. What you like, right?
Yeah. So, one, I love a feminine woman, right? I love a woman who's walking in her femininity. Love a woman who's walking in her femininity. That's one. A woman who's in shape. Mandatory. If you in shape, man, I rock with you out the gate. So feminine, works out, and has great conversation. I'm not gonna even touch about like the physical, right?
Okay.
Right. I guess in shape is a physical.
But for sure.
Nonetheless,
you ain't playing.
Yeah, for sure. I ain't playing. You gotta work out. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's what you do.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's a part of the structure.
Absolutely, right? So, and if you don't work out, rocking with me, you gonna work out. If you're not working out, we're not dating. Period. It's over. So another piece of the puzzle is being able to have great conversation, right? And
intellectual.
Yeah, for sure. Because like I told you, I like to learn. So I want you to teach me something, right?
You like women to teach you stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I need my women to teach me stuff too, for sure. Teaching and learning.
I like that you're teachable.
Yeah, I think I am. You got to bring it.
Because you're a masculine man, so like sometimes they might not want to hear that.
I follow you. I can't say I'm trying to hear it all the time. But if you learn me and learn how to deliver it.
Being so real.
Yeah, like if you learn me and learn how to deliver your teachings to me, because I do walk around with some pride. I do got an ego. Yeah, I do. You would want that. You want that energy in this world, right? You don't want no weak cat. So
not in this situation for sure.
Yeah, nah, man. He gotta be in his masculinity.
He
man.
Sure do.
But no, I'm always down. I'm always down to learn, especially if I value the woman's voice and her opinion, and she comes with some value, right? Don't be teaching me about some BS and what Tubi movie. I don't care about that shit. Teach me about me. If I come to you with a problem, teach me the other perspective. Say, hey, baby, I know you worked up about this, but maybe this is how this person feels, right? Use your feminine muscle to calm me the fuck down, get out my hulk, because I tear some shit up, but sometimes I don't need to tear no shit up. I shouldn't, and I need you to help me get there.
Not with two feminine energies around you.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
That means you got a lot of masculinity to spread.
Oh, yeah, it's oozing.
Okay, man.
I love my masculinity. I love my I basically grew up with two dads. My biological father, who passed away in 2009, may you rest
in peace. Dad.
Absolutely, Ashanti Jana Shakur. But I come from my father. Man, my father was a king. Mm-hmm. You hear me? And just tall, dressed nice, masculine all over. And then my stepfather, Avery, shout out to him. It's my dog. I grew up in the household with him more, and he came from the Navy, right? And so you know, I know about not having no wrinkles in my sheets when I make the bed if I decide to go that far, right? But I know what that looks like. You know what I mean? That structure, that discipline. So now I love being a man, and I want to rock out women who love being women, who want to connect to my masculinity. Mm-hmm. And the best women to connect with is those women who know that I need a woman who values themselves so much mm-hmm. that they want their alone time, but they also want to be taken care of. You know?
Wow.
Right. And so it's like, all right.
That opened the door to a lot of women, huh?
Man, look. Yeah, exactly. Right. But you got to get over the jealousy part. You can't walk into this thing like, my man, my man, my man. Mm-hmm. No, it's going to be our man, our man, our man. It's a bar. That's a bar right there. I like that.
Do you think you know we're going to take that snippet?
Fire.
What? Turn up. Okay. Do you have a favorite? Like okay.
It's an easy answer.
What you mean? No,
I have favorite things about, like, it's certain things about my women that I really enjoy.
Okay.
Right. And so that's like,
certain time maybe.
Yeah. I like that. You know, these are random. I'm not using these actual examples, course. But I might like one, and maybe how let's be on some sexy shit. I might like how this one, her ass move when she walk. Mm-hmm. I like how her titties bounce when she walk. Mm-hmm. That's just on some physical, simple shit. Or I might like how this one, when it comes to business, how they not know how to handle money. I like this one because she know how to handle my emotions. You know what I'm saying? So it's favorite things that I like, but nah, absolutely not. It's like asking a parent if they got a favorite child.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Similar concept.
That's hard to
right?
conceptualize
like
for
them.
You
love different things about your kids.
Yeah. We asked my dad that on a podcast, and he was just like, when y'all do certain stuff, you're my favorite at that time. He was being real. So I feel you.
Yeah, and like, go through ups and downs.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We might be got in an argument yesterday. You ain't my favorite today.
Yeah, today I ain't fucking with you. I'm fucking with me and my other girl about to go over here, and you piss me off. But it happens, you know, but I love navigating that conversation and figuring those pieces of the puzzle out. Fun. It's made my life more intriguing, more purposeful, and I have something to look forward to.
Okay. So if somebody's considering this, if a man was considering this lifestyle, what would you, I mean? You're just now doing it, but from what we're talking, how we're talking right now, you're really sounds like you know the direction that you're going in.
I'm
so,
right there.
What kind of advice would you give him?
I would give the advice
to make it successful.
Yeah, sure. And I didn't do this, so this is coming purely from don't do it. I did. Make sure your foundation is right. And when I say your foundation, the woman that's in your life or that first piece of the puzzle that comes to your life, make sure y'all get on solid ground before you try to explore another situation or not situation, but you bring another woman to the relationship. Lock in on that space. And it's difficult though, right? Because, you know, we're moving and grooving and trying to build this thing. But that would be my number one piece of advice is get your current situation right. Or if you don't have a current situation, seek that first solid piece of the puzzle. Rock out, learn each other, get some foundation going. Bros, get your bread up. You got to get your money right, period. You got to have your money. So and actually before you meet the woman, get your bread right. You know what I'm saying? Get your bread right. Because I don't feel like
it's probably easier to sell yourself to women if you are that dude.
And look, you ain't got to sell yourself because you're going to attract it.
Facts. Because women going to attract to what they like.
Come on. I came on SawCast. I'm going to attract the energy. I ain't come on here to go seeking and looking. Yeah. It's going to come right.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And let me be clear, right?
Come on, Will.
I just want to keep, come
on with
my space. I'm going to be 1,000. My shit, my space is of availability at this time. I'm available at this time. Let me be clear about that. Because I know you say, you know, you're two women, you're working through some things, but also exploring the possibilities. That's where I'm at. I want to be very clear about that. But yeah, so guys, get your money right. You feel me? Get your money right, because I don't feel like broke niggas should be having sex. I don't feel like broke niggas should be doing shit. Like, if you broke, man, get your money. Uber, Amazon, Delivery Factory.
We say on the podcast all the time.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
what SawCast about. We don't.
Yeah, get your man. And I ain't saying that again. I'm not saying I did everything right. This is advice from a cat who made some mistakes. Get your motherfucking bread together. Then get you a woman who rocking out. Be transparent. Don't try to convert no monogamous woman to no poly woman. Fuck that. There's enough women out here who rock out with women. You know what I'm saying? Who love other women. You know what I mean? Not necessarily sexual. They gotta be bisexual. That's something we need to talk about too. Like, do the women need to be bisexual? And
Just,
shit?
yeah, we can bring that. I could definitely ask you that next.
For sure. So let me finish that thought. Bros, get your money right. Get you a solid woman who's on your vibe and on your rhythm. Lock in, get y'all shit together, and then court other women after that. So it's a process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it easier, I'll say, if the woman is bisexual to bring her in something like this?
From my experience, yes.
Why?
Because, I mean, she likes what I like, right? And a monogamous or heterosexual woman who's like strictly heterosexual, it exists. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying, I think it's easier. I ain't going to necessarily say it's better. I'll come back on the cast, maybe in a couple of months and let you know.
Oh, I hope you have your team too when you come back.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna bring both my women next time.
Oh.
And so, y'all see. What would you just ask me?
It wouldn't be easier if she was bisexual.
Yeah, it's definitely easier. I would say it probably has the potential to be better.
Mm-hmm. Probably better experience. Very experience.
Yeah,
because she knows how to deal with women too in a relationship aspect.
Yeah, because
if a woman's coming into this, she's going to be in a relationship with another woman too.
Facts.
Period.
Right. And if she don't like women, then it's like it. But it's possible. It's very, very possible, right? In a lot of the like Mormon communities or Middle Eastern or African communities, a lot of times those women are messing with each other, right? And I'm cool with that. I'm okay with having two women who are strictly heterosexual. I'm cool with that. I just think it can be easier.
We talk about Mike's ideal situation.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Come on,
Mike. What you thinking?
Bisexual women for sure.
Oh, for
yeah, ideal for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all want same beds?
Nah. I'm 6'5", yo. You know what I'm saying? And I yeah, but it could be a lot going on. Everybody got different piss cycles. One of them might wake up at 2 a.m. This one she gotta get up. And it's just too much going on. It sounds good, and I'm not saying that that's not something that happens regularly. But I would need everybody needs to be able to have their own space.
You want to go room to room then? Is that what
I would be
doing?
okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it was like say it's a duplex,
maybe some nights we all three, but it's up to y'all.
I want to have a schedule, right?
Okay.
It's a schedule.
Let's talk about it.
Talk about it. Let's say, for example, Monday, Tuesday with this woman, Wednesday, Thursday with this woman, then Friday they swap. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, do type vibe.
Okay.
And if we decide to all sleep together in that space, then all right, cool. But I think that structure. You gotta have that structure, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How's the parenting then?
Say it again.
How are you gonna do the parenting with the women? Because y'all all gonna live in the same house. Do you want the women to be able to parent? Because they all siblings.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so if it is, I would love the same house.
Yeah.
Again, with different wings.
Right.
Opposite wings. Yes, as far as parenting, I would love for the children to love both women as their own mothers.
Oh,
there's going to be an organic connection between a woman who bears a child, right? It's gonna be an organic space, but I want the children to be able to connect with the other mother, and hey, that's mom as well, So yeah, I think that'd be litty. I
feel like the art of polygamy is the flow.
Yeah, man, exactly.
Flowing.
Fluidity, flow. You have more help there. I always think about this too. You have three people. Let's say it's me and two women, right? And me and one of the women are getting into a situation. I would expect the other woman to be able to mediate that, right? And if they're beefing, I need to mediate that. Right?
You gonna mediate that?
I'm gonna mediate that for sure. I got this experience. It's hilarious. Some years ago, I was dating two women or whatever. It was super dope. We had a short run, but it was dope. And I remember they got into it about something, and I brought them both to the kitchen table, and we sat down. And I'm telling them, hey, what's going on? Let's figure this out. Little girls, their behaviors went from 30-something-year-old women to little girls. It was funny. I said, can y'all look at y'all? They were like this. One was like this.
What?
And the other was like, they wouldn't talk to each other. I said, are y'all 5 or what? It was crazy. I literally was like, yo, y'all really got to chill. You know what I'm saying? But I love it. Again, it's constant puzzles to be put together. It keeps me sharp, keep me on my game.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, Mike, how can the women find you if they're looking for you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm on Instagram Mike Scott _realtor. All right, REALTOR.
We're going to flash down on screen for y'all so y'all can
go.
find Mike for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm on Facebook, Mike Scott, Indianapolis area. So you search that shit, better find me. Am I anywhere else? Instagram, Facebook. That's the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really be.
You don't be on Snap?
Nah. I didn't get caught in the Snap space. You know what I mean? I'm 39, so I didn't really. A little bit younger crowd for me. And TikTok, younger crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching the podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Mike, thank you so much for being on the podcast. This was a really good podcast, and I really appreciate it. And I hope you come back.
I would love to.
You know what I'm saying?
With my two women.
Yes. And your structured home and how you guys doing. And, you know, I feel like you're looking for women that are like more freer, more probably great communicators, or even if you're not, you got Mike. He gonna sit y'all down at the table, make y'all figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna catch up to speed. If you ain't working out, we're gonna work out. If you don't know how to handle your emotions, we're gonna figure that out too together. So yeah.
And that's a SawCast. Thank you guys. See you guys in 2 weeks.
For sure.
All right.